Hello friends, let us now learn about one more important topic, which is about the tumors of the nose and nasal cavity. So in that we have first group of tumors which are called as sinonasal tumors. Okay, so these sinonasal tumors are very important. These sinonasal tumors are more common in males than females. Okay, so male is to female ratio is equal to 2:1. Then it is most common in fifth decade. Okay, if you see the predisposing factors of this sinonasal tumors, so we have these: exposure to nickel um, predisposes to squamous cell carcinoma, which is an alloplastic carcinoma. Exposure to hardwood, softwood, adenocarcinoma, ethmoid sinus, so all these will predispose to adenocarcinoma of ethmoid sinus. See, I'll tell you again, I'm sorry. Nickel, with duration of exposure, nickel will mainly predispose to squamous cell carcinoma and anaplastic carcinoma. Okay, hardwood and softwood, both these will predispose to adenocarcinoma of ethmoidal sinus. Hardwood and softwood will predispose to adenocarcinoma of ethmoidal sinus. Then we have radium dial workers. Radium dial workers will predispose to soft tissue sarcoma. Radial dial workers have increased risk to soft tissue sarcoma. Hydrocarbons, mustards and welding is also associated with this sinonasal tumors. Okay, so we will see one liners. Okay, what is the most common malignancy of skin of nose? The most common malignancy of skin of nose is basal cell carcinoma. Most common benign tumor of nose, most common malignancy is basal cell carcinoma. Most common benign tumor of nose is capillary hemangioma. The most common site of capillary hemangioma is nasal septum. Most common benign tumor of paranasal sinus is osteoma. The most common site of osteoma is frontal sinus. Then what is the most common malignant tumor of nose and paranasal sinuses is squamous cell carcinoma followed by adenocarcinoma. Most common malignant tumor of nose and paranasal sinus is squamous cell carcinoma followed by adenocarcinoma. So we will see each of the tumors in detail. Okay, the first tumor is papilloma. So this papilloma is present in skin of nasal vestibule. It is mainly present in nasal vestibule and anterior part of the septum. Obviously it's a papilloma, so it is an outgrowth of the mucosa, right? Now, how are you going to treat it? You should do cautery or cryotherapy of papilloma should be done. Okay, then the next tumor is we have inverted papilloma or transitional papilloma, or we also called as Schneiderian papilloma or Ringer's tumor. We have inverted papilloma, transitional papilloma, Schneiderian papilloma or Ringer's tumor. So this is more commonly present in at the age group of 40 to 70 years. Inverted papilloma, transitional cell carcinoma, Schneiderian papilloma or Ringer's tumor is most commonly present in the age group of 40 to 70 years, and it is present in males more than females. It is associated with human papilloma virus. Okay, what is the site of this? The site of this is it is present in the lateral wall of the nose in the middle meatus. Most commonly it is present in the lateral wall of the nose and middle meatus. It is the most commonly seen unilaterally and it is a locally aggressive tumor. It is most commonly seen unilaterally and it is locally aggressive tumor is inverted papilloma or transitional cell carcinoma, Schneiderian papilloma or Ringer's tumor. Okay, so it has invasions. See, it shows finger like epithelial invasions into the underlying tumor stroma. See, in the papilloma we should have papilloma will be polyp will be above. It is a projection of mucosa, but in inverse papilloma it is invagination. The epithelial invaginations are seen in the underlying stroma in inverted papilloma. So what are the clinical features? Clinical features are, you see, the patient will have unilateral obstruction and nasal rhinorrhea, unilateral epistaxis is seen. What is important in this is it is associated with squamous cell carcinoma. So because it is associated with squamous cell carcinoma, we can call it as a pre-malignant lesion, right? Because it is associated with squamous cell carcinoma, we can call it as pre-malignant lesion. Then the treatment of choice of this inverse papilloma is maxillectomy. So maxillectomy can be done either by lateral rhinotomy view, or we can do it by sublabial degloving approach. But right now we are not using these. Right now in ENT we are using mainly the endoscopic procedures. So here we can use endoscopic procedure for doing maxillectomy. This is the picture of inverse papilloma. You can see the invagination here, and histologically here this is the picture of inverse papilloma. Hello friends, so malignant tumors of the nose. So let us now learn about malignant tumors of the nose. In this, the first malignant tumor is squamous cell carcinoma. This squamous cell carcinoma is the most common histological type of tumor. This squamous cell carcinoma is also called as nose pickers carcinoma. It is seen mainly in the lateral wall of nose. It is also called as nose pickers carcinoma. Also seen in the lateral wall of the nose. It is seen in males more than 50 years. Okay, it can extend into maxillary or ethmoid sinuses. It can extend into maxillary and ethmoid sinuses. So treatment of this squamous cell carcinoma is we can do radiotherapy and surgery can be done. Then the next type of carcinoma is malignant melanoma. Okay, in malignant melanoma, it is seen in age group of more than 50 years. This malignant melanoma is a bluish black polypoidal mass which is seen in anterior part of nasal septum. It is bluish black polypoidal mass seen in anterior part of nasal septum. Treatment is wide surgical excision. Then we have olfactory neuroblastoma or esthesioneuroblastoma. In this olfactory neuroblastoma, esthesioneuroblastoma, it is a neuroendocrine tumor. This presents in two peaks. One at 11 to 20 years of age. Second peak is seen at 50 to 60 years of age. So olfactory neuroblastoma or esthesio. So this olfactory neuroblastoma or esthesioblastoma, it is a neuroendocrine tumor, has two peaks, that is at 11 to 20 years and 50 to 60 years. The most common site is it is seen in the upper 1/3 of the nasal cavity, and it spreads cranially. Okay, so because it spreads cranially, intracranially, it should be resected. You can't do any medical therapy, right? Because it is a tumor and it easily spreads intracranially. So you should do anterior craniofacial resection should be done with a neurosurgical approach, and then you should do radiotherapy and chemotherapy should be done to prevent the recurrences. Okay, and to prevent recurrences. So olfactory neuroblastoma is most commonly seen in females. Then the next type of carcinoma which is important is adenoid cystic carcinoma. So this adenoid cystic carcinoma is most commonly seen in around the neurons, and it has perineural spread. So adenoid cystic carcinoma has perineural spread. So this adenoid cystic carcinoma is most commonly seen in antrum and nose, and it has Swiss cheese pattern. See, in adenoid cystic carcinoma and all these carcinomas in their respective chapters where they are major carcinomas, I have already shared the pictures. So please watch those lectures for proper understanding. Next, we have basal cell carcinoma. So this basal cell carcinoma is most commonly seen in the age group of 40 to 80 years. Basal cell carcinoma is most commonly seen in 40 to 80 years of age group, and it is most commonly seen in males. And here it is associated with ultraviolet rays exposure. This is most commonly seen in inner canthus of eye. This basal cell carcinoma is most commonly seen in inner canthus of eye. So this is about basal cell carcinoma. Then the next group of tumors are paranasal sinus tumors, which we will learn in our next class. Thank you guys for watching my lecture. Thank you.